IT sector has played a crucial role in the growth journey of our economy. It has created top quality jobs in India. I still remember in early 2000, getting into TCS, Infosys or Wipro was a dream. Before that, the only focus was getting into government jobs as they were considered safe. But these IT companies have not only provided quality work, but even the salaries were amazing. It raised the living standard of middle class people in India. And in the 2000, traveling to foreign country was considered a big achievement. I remember when I was young in my early 2000, one of my cousins went to US from TCS, and that decided my fate that after 12th, I will also get my engineering and join an IT company. And eventually, I ended up in TCS as my first company. Anyways, the point is that IT companies have been one of the biggest wealth creator for their stakeholder in the last 30-40 years. And the most important point is that the digital revolution in India has just started. Digital technologies like cloud computing, IoT, big data, machine learning, advanced analytics, blockchain, mobile app development would continue to grow and create immense growth opportunity for the IT sector in India. Hello friends, my name is Sahil and this is my Personal Finance Academy where I explain everything about money management in layman's language. After multiple requests from my viewers, I've started a series on small case review. Now I assume that you understand what is a small case. In case you don't, in simple terms, it is a bouquet of stocks based on a theme or an idea. If you want to understand more about the difference between small case and mutual fund, I've created a video in the past. I'll share the link in the description. So I did a quick poll on which small case you want me to review, and the majority of people voted for IT Tracker. So in this video, I will review IT Tracker small case that include the top IT companies in India. First, we will quickly look at the future scope of the IT sector and then we will review the stocks that are part of the IT Tracker. Alright, let's get started. As per report from NASSCOM, the total revenue of IT sector stood at $194 billion in FY21 and it is expected to grow to $350 billion by FY25. In fact, the Indian IT sector has sheer dominance in the world with 55% market share of the global IT market. Now there are various growth drivers for the IT sector. First growth driver is the low cost advantage. Indian IT sector is almost 5 to 6 times less expensive than the US. This is one of the major reasons behind the exponential growth of the IT sector in India, and it would continue to grow due to low cost advantage. Second driver is huge experience in managing multi-billion projects. Over the last 30-40 years, Indian IT ecosystem has matured with huge experience in digital transformation across sectors and geography with solid leadership. Companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL are among the preferred IT partner all over the world. And third key driver is availability of resources. India has the resource to manage the ever-increasing demand for digital transformation. Especially, there is a huge demand for disruptive technologies like cloud computing, data analytics, machine learning, etc. And India has the talent pool for it. Especially after COVID, there is a huge demand for IT sector where every business is looking for digital transformation. Now every business has realized the importance of digital presence and this would fuel the growth for IT sector in India. So clearly, there are bright growth prospects for IT sector. Now let us analyze the IT Tracker small case. First of all, let us look at the portfolio of IT Tracker. It has got 10 stocks in the portfolio including Wipro, Infosys, TCS, Persistent System, Coforge, L&T Infotech, Tech Mahindra, Infosys, HCL Technologies and Oracle Financial Services. Oracle Financial Services has the highest allocation with 15.98% weightage. It is followed by TCS and Infosys. In terms of market cap, this small case has 69.68% allocation in large cap and 30.32% allocation in mid cap. There is no small cap stocks in the portfolio. Now if you look at the minimum investment as of today, there is a minimum investment of around Rs 84,000. In terms of return, this small case has given a CAGR return of 28.3% in the last 5 years. Now if we compare the returns of IT tracker with Nifty in last 5 years, Nifty has given a return of somewhere around 13.4%, whereas IT tracker return in last 5 years is around 28.3%. That's more than double the return as compared to Nifty. Clearly, the IT tracker returns are great. Now let's quickly look at each stock in the portfolio of this IT tracker. So first stock in the tracker is Wipro. Wipro is among the top 4 IT companies in India in terms of market cap. If you look at the growth ratio in last 5 years, its sales have grown at a CAGR of 4% and profits have grown again at a CAGR of 4%. So the growth has been stagnant. However, there is a change in leadership of Wipro, and in the last 1 year, it has shown a profit growth of around 20%. In terms of profitability, its ROE is 19.6% and ROCE is 22.1%, which is good. Company has debt to equity of 0.19, which is well under control. Promoters have 73% holding, which is also great. Again, both FII and DII have shareholding in Wipro. As of today, Wipro has a market cap of 3.27 lakh crore. So Wipro is looking fundamentally strong. Its current PE is 28.1, which is reasonable. Number 2 stock is Infosys. It is the second largest IT company in India. If you look at the growth ratio in last 5 years, Infosys sales have grown at a CAGR of 10% and profits have grown at a CAGR of 7%. Again, it is on the lower side. However, in the last 1 year, it has shown a profit growth of 19%. In terms of profitability, its ROE is 27.2% and ROCE is 35.2%, which is brilliant. Company has debt to equity of 0.07, which is negligible. Promoters have 12.95% holding and remaining shareholding is spread across FII, DII and retail. As of today, Infosys has a market cap of around 7 lakh crore. So Infosys is looking fundamentally strong. Its current PE is 34.9, which is again looking reasonable. Third stock is TCS. It is the largest IT company in India. If you look at the growth ratio in last 5 years, TCS sales have grown at a CAGR of 9% and profits have grown at a CAGR of 7%. However, in last 1 year, it has shown a profit growth of 13%. So the majority of IT companies have done well in the last 1 year. In terms of profitability, its ROE is 39.1% and ROCE is 48.9%, which is brilliant. Company has debt to equity of 0.09, which is negligible. Promoters have a high holding of 72.2%. As of today, TCS has a market cap of 12.29 lakh crore rupees. So again, TCS is looking fundamentally strong. Its current PE is 34.8, which is again looking reasonable. Fourth stock is Persistent System. Now it is a mid-cap company with a market cap of around 24,000 crore. If you look at the growth ratio in the last 5 years, Persistent System sales have grown at a CAGR of 13% and profits have grown at a CAGR of 10%. In the last 1 year, it has shown an exceptional profit growth of 47%. In terms of profitability, its ROE is 16.1% and ROCE is 21.2%, which is good. Company has debt to equity of 0.04, which is negligible. Promoters have a holding of around 31% and remaining is with FII, DII and retail. Overall, Persistent System is also looking fundamentally strong. Its current PE is 46.7, which is looking slightly overvalued. Fifth stock is Coforge. Earlier known as NIIT Technology, its promoters sold the shareholding to a Netherlands-based company, Hasselt BV, and later it was renamed to Coforge. Coforge has a market cap of around 29,000 crore, so it is also a mid-sized IT company. If you look at the growth ratio in the last 5 years, Coforge sales have grown at a CAGR of 12% and profits have grown at a CAGR of 12%. In terms of profitability, its ROE is 19.3% and ROCE is 25.7%, which is good. Company has debt to equity of 0, which means it is completely debt free. Promoters have a holding of 55.7% and the remaining is with FII, DII and retail. Overall, Coforge is also looking fundamentally strong. Its current PE is 58.2, which is looking overvalued. Now sixth stock is L&T Infotech. It is the IT division of L&T Group. If you look at the growth ratio in last 5 years, L&T Infotech sales have grown at a CAGR of 16% and profits have grown at a CAGR of 18%. In terms of profitability, its ROE is 30.5% and ROCE is 37%, which is brilliant. Company has debt to equity of 0.11, which is negligible. Promoters have a very high shareholding of 74.2%. It has a market cap of 83,000 crore. Overall, L&T Infotech is also looking fundamentally strong. Its current PE is 41.2, which is slightly on the higher side. Seventh stock is Tech Mahindra. It is the IT division of Mahindra Group. If you look at the growth ratio in last 5 years, Tech Mahindra sales have grown at a CAGR of 7% and profits have grown at a CAGR of 8%. So growth has been on the lower side in the last 5 years, but in the last 1 year, its profits have grown at 19%. In terms of profitability, its ROE is 19% and ROCE is 23%, which is good. Company has debt to equity of 0.12, which is negligible. Promoters have shareholding of 35.7% and remaining is with FII, DII and retail. It has a market cap of rupees 1.25 lakh crore. Overall, Tech Mahindra is also looking fundamentally strong. Its current PE is 25.9, which makes it fairly valued. Number 8 stock in the list is Infosys. It has a market cap of rupees 50,000 crore. If you look at the growth ratio in last 5 years, Infosys sales have grown at a CAGR of 10% and profits have grown at a CAGR of 14%, which is good. In terms of profitability, its ROE is 19.7% and ROCE is 24%, which is also good. Company has debt to equity of 0.18, which is very low. Promoters have shareholding of 56% and remaining is with FII and DII. Again, Infosys is also looking fundamentally strong. Its current PE is 39.5, which makes it slightly overvalued. Number 9 stock is HCL. It is among the top 5 IT companies in India. If you look at the growth ratio in last 5 years, HCL sales have grown at a CAGR of 19% and profits have grown at a CAGR of 14%, which is good. In terms of profitability, its ROE is 19.8% and ROCE is 25.7%, which is also very good. Company has debt to equity of 0.11, which is negligible. Promoters have shareholding of 60.3%. HCL has a market cap of 2.85 lakh crore rupees. So HCL is also looking fundamentally strong. Its current PE is 25, which makes it fairly valued. Now final stock in the list is Oracle Financial Services. Oracle Financial Services is a part of Oracle Group. If you look at the growth ratio in last 5 years, Oracle Financial Services sales have grown at a CAGR of 4% and profits have grown at a CAGR of 11%. So revenue has been on lower side, but profit growth is decent. In terms of profitability, its ROE is 26.3% and ROCE is 36.7%, which is looking very good. Company has debt to equity of 0.01, which is negligible. Promoters have high shareholding of 73.2%. Oracle Financial Services has a market cap of 38,400 crore. Again, Oracle is also looking fundamentally strong. Its current PE is 21.3, which makes it fairly valued. So overall, if we conclude, the 10 companies in IT Tracker include Wipro, Infosys, TCS, Persistent System, Coforge, L&T Infotech, Tech Mahindra, Infosys, HCL Technologies and Oracle Financial Services. And all 10 companies are looking fundamentally strong with good revenue and profit growth, high profitability and negligible debt levels. Although I feel that this list could also include stocks like L&T Technology Services, Mindtree, Tata Elxsi and Happiest Mind. But if you are someone who does not get time to do a lot of research and want to be a part of this digital transformation journey, then IT Tracker Smallcase is looking very good with a bright growth prospect. In case you want to know more about this Smallcase, I have provided the link in the description box. Now let me know which Smallcase you want me to review next. And also let me know if you want me to create a full explainer video on Smallcase in the future. I will see you with another video. Till then, take care.